So let's go ahead and move to my gas or pass.
All right.
So this is something that we haven't talked about in gas or pass, but we've both played some of these and checked them out, and it's been on the radar as in a guitar for a long time. It's the PRS Silver Sky SE.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something new. This is not something that's a big surprise to be talking about. Tons of people have talked about it, but it's been out a while now. We all know what it is. Is this something, you don't have one, you've got a Strat that you love. Is this something that is interesting to you, like a G.A.S, or is it a complete pass, you've got no interest in it now?
I'm trying to figure out how to answer this. So I've got a Strat that I really do like. It's a great sounding Strat. It's an Eric Johnson signature. I love the thing. Is it perfect in every situation? No. It's also, the lacquer on it is pretty fragile, so it's not like I could just take it willy-nilly anywhere, any bar gig or whatever. So I really like the idea of having a backup Strat and having something like the Silver Sky SE, because I've played like other Fender Strats, like Player Series and stuff and I'm just not impressed. Not that they're not great guitars, they just don't strike me as inspirational. Now, I will say, if I'm spending around $1,000 on an S-style guitar, I'd get an SE Silver Sky.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. It's the most, most inspirational Strat at that price point that I probably have ever played. Now, I've only played the Rosewood. I haven't played the maple boards, but I love the feel of the neck. I can't remember what radius it has. It's in between.
I think it's a 9.5.
It's not 9.5. It's either a 10 or like an 8.
Okay.
Because it's weird. I know that.
Okay.
It's either an 8 or a 10.
Okay.
I want to say 8, but anyways, it's a great guitar, but I don't need it right now. Like, my Strat right now does everything I need it to. I'm not going to any places I'd be afraid to take it to as of yet.
Right.
So for me, it's a pass. But I will say, if I didn't have my Strat and I was starting from scratch, I'd get that in a heartbeat.
Okay. And you're talking like $720 for a new one. So
I thought it was like $800.
No, I think maybe it's $799, maybe something like that, but a little bit over $700 for a new one. So you can probably used market $500.
Oh yeah, I've seen them used for like $550.
Yeah, boy, that's hard to pass up at that price.
And it's a great guitar.
Yeah, so it kind of, at this point with the Silver Sky, I feel like the new is definitely worn off.
Oh yeah, I mean, it got its heat for a while, being a Strat copy. So
yeah, and then it's almost like there was a time period where I felt like, oh, it's kind of not cool to have a Silver Sky now, because it was kind of what everybody was doing. Not that it's not cool to do something what everybody's doing, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
You want to be different.
You want to be kind of unique, and you want to have something a little bit different. And the Silver Sky certainly didn't feel that way. And then I played one not so long ago here at a guitar shop. Within the last month, I played one. It was one of the SEs, and it was a Rosewood board. And I thought to myself, I was like, I'm not a Strat guy. I don't own a Strat. I've owned Strat-like guitars, and we're saying Strats because, it's an S-type guitar, but let's be honest, it's a Strat, right?
3 single coils. That's what we're talking about.
With a tremolo system, with the scale length of what a S-style guitar would be. To me, that screams Strat, right?
Yeah.
So I don't mean anything bad by it, nothing weird, but I played it the other day, and I've not been a Strat guy whatsoever in my entire life, and I was like, this guitar is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've known it's been a great guitar, but I think it kind of came back around again to where I was like, maybe this is going to be cool. Maybe it's cool again. Like, it's had enough time to, simmer down, and then it kind of wasn't cool in my head for a little bit because everybody was doing it.
Well, it's kind of like space age Fender style guitar. It feels kind of, like PRS put its spin on it.
Yeah, it definitely is not a straight Fender copy whatsoever. No. And I do think it's It's got a foot in the vintage category, and it's got a foot in, we were talking about the Ultra 2s here earlier in this category, or in this episode, and I think it's got a foot in that kind of category too, where it's got a lot of updated stuff that's very like ergonomically comfortable. And
I will say, I think PRS did a fantastic job blending vintage sounds with modern playability.
yeah,
Like, it is the perfect blend of that, to where I think you're not making people mad because it sounds so darn good and plays so darn good. It's hard to compete with it. Now, something that's weird. Have you played a core Silver Sky?
yeah.
I like the SE better.
I like the SE just as much as the core. I've only played 2 cores. One of them, the strings were so awful and the setup was so bad, I don't even want to kind of like recommend or not recommend it off that one. The other one I played was all right. And like as in setup and strings, it was fine.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was a good guitar. But I don't know that it was radically better than the SEs I played. I thought it was a little bit better. But
I mean, I could tell the quality. It's definitely more taken care of. Don't get me wrong, but like as far as tones and everything, I thought the SE I liked better actually.
I liked it just as much. I would have zero problems buying the SE over that core that I
Which
played.
is crazy because that's a huge price difference.
It also just tells you how the quality control at PRS, especially for their lower end like SE models, is.
They're the best at that price.
It's amazing. So for me, honestly, I'm not a Strat guy, but I probably need to have one in my arsenal just to throw in for those certain sounds I'm going to have once in a while. I don't know why we feel this way, but I think a lot of us guitar players fall in the category of we want to check a few boxes. We want a Strat, we want a Tele, we want a Les Paul. For me, since I'm not a giant Strat guy and don't want to go spend, a ton of money on something like that, I mean, I feel like to go better than an SE Silver Sky, you're going to have to spend a lot of money.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to go to at least $1,800.
Yeah. And since it's not like a go-to guitar for me, I'm actually going to say it's a gas for me.
It makes a lot of sense for you.
It doesn't necessarily make sense for you. I understand why it would be a pass for you.
Yeah.
But for me, honestly, it's a gas.
I think that's actually probably a good choice. Like, all video aside.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a good idea for you.
Yeah. Well.